All right, looks like we're ready to rock and roll, folks. Players are out of the gate. This is Scott Bannon, the secret road player out of Jersey, who was in the booth. I'm just going to share this if you guys could kindly share it along with me here. I see we have 5 shares and we had 170 people in here at one time. Come on, guys, we can pick it up. Oh, Caroline Powell is here? I didn't see her. I got to say hi to Caroline Powell. Oh, my God. Okay, now I got to try to share this. I'm just going to tell everybody what match is on now. Okay, so how do I do this again? Open this up. Hit share. And I can write it right here. Cool. Gary. And just to remind you out there, this is a winner side match, a race to 9. Okay. And now what do I do? Right post. Gotta do this all over again? Gee whiz. I'm bad at this stuff. Okay, let's do it. You guys awake? You guys ready? After 4 ball, huh? Now, Scott, when he was in the booth, if you guys remembered, he was saying something about table plays funny. I hope that doesn't stick in his head and throw him off his game. As Gary O'Callahan just scratched in that corner pocket. 4, 5, 6. This is the key. This is the key shot. Key shot. Key shot right into the pocket, maybe. Wow. Gary was in action with Billy the Kid last night. I think I mentioned that already. And Gary shot. He said every dog has his day. They broke even in the first two sets, and the last set Gary won. And Gary says every dog has his day. They played in the back on a tight table. Oh, I'm not even looking at Julie Ha in the house. Look at this. Brand new Simona's cloth. Yo, Scotty was sweating it. All right, Scott Bannon takes the lead in the opening rack, 1-0. Folks, I didn't actually advertise this in the very beginning of this set because they started real quick. You are watching the 32nd annual Ocean State 9-ball tournament combined with the Josh Northeast 9-ball tour. We're here at Snookers in Providence, Rhode Island. The exact address is 53 Ashburton Street. I'm upstate Olive AZB TV, and it is a $5,000 added event. Make sure to stop by, say hello. There's 112 players showed up, and I'll tell you what, a lot of familiar faces on both sides, the Northeast and, of course, well, New York is considered Northeast, too. All right, the Northeast. Like 5 different states or 6 different states. Players came out of to play in this, and it's really nice to see everybody walking around without a mask and hanging out and enjoying what we enjoy best. And here it is. Pull. Push out. And Gary gave it right back to Scotty. We'll take a look at the reason why. Let's go to it. You might only see a piece of this too. Watch the cue ball deflect off the 4 here. Be careful. Yo! Get the point? It's pretty close. Gary Callahan is playing. Shout. Shout out that you love Margaret Thatcher. Be nice, Johnny. Nice shot. Gary walking around a table like he owns a joint, right? I like that. I like that confidence. You see Greg McAndrews in center of your screen at the top there. I'm not sure who he's playing. I can't really see the gentleman that he's playing, but that is him. Is it me or the volume low? Is my volume low? What volume? Hello. 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 What volume? My volume? For Julie Ha, we go far and beyond. That should be okay. Let me know anyway. Commentary volume. Should be better now. If not, you need a pair of headphones. Earbuds. I mean, I could crank it a little bit more. I don't really want to destroy everything. But we'll crank it. Yo, 11. I'm on max volume and can hardly hear you. Really? What's the dilly, yo? All right, hold on. Check 1, 2. What's going on with the volume? You happen to be right. What's the deal? Check 1, 2. Hello. Check 1, 2. Hello. Hello. How are ya? How about now? Can you hear me now? Welcome to AT&T. The number you have called has been disconnected. Better? Really? Well, what is... I don't understand what's going on here. Why is it... I mean, I could crank it on the I could crank it on the broadcast. How about if I turn the stereo off? Let me see something. Hold on. I'll play with buttons over here. Check 1, 2. Hey, I think I got it. I think. Maybe. Check 1, 2. Might have got it. All right. Let's try to concentrate on the match here. I hope I got it. I hope you can hear me better. If not, kindly just say it in the chat that you can't. Good now. Thanks. You got it. All right, great shot. Gary using that third rail to slow the cue ball down, coming nice and short. And he's got the angle to really just go either 2 rails or just right up for the 9. He elected to go 2 rails, and that's a nice shot. Controls the cue ball. You can move the stroke. You don't have to play a little drag shot. Perfect. Gary O'Callahan now ties it up 1 apiece. We're going to 9, folks. A winner side match. The loser will not be eliminated. Two, 4, 6, 8. He dropped the 1. Wow, Gary's going to attempt. He's going to tempt Scotty to shoot this 2 ball. He's actually going to let him see it. He wants to turn the heat up on Scotty and say, look, I'm giving you a shot in front of all these people. I don't think you can make it. And I tell you, it's a hard cut shot to begin with, but on this table, it's even a little harder. Let's see how straight Gary is. I'll tell you what, that's pretty straight. How about just stopping the cue ball right there where the 2 ball is? and just accepting the longer shot on the 3, and don't do too much. Don't overexert the shot where you're going to miss something. Yeah. He tried to draw it back. He still does have a shot on the 3, though. Coming out sharp out of that corner and spinning and missing the 7. There's a lot of things in the way here. He's got to avoid obstructions. The 8 he missed, and here comes that 7. And that he wound up feathering. Adam Miller says, I got Irish for 100. I do not promote gambling, but you guys can do whatever you wish. As long as you know each other and everything's cool, I got nothing to do with it. Nothing wrong with a little side action. You're just going to bank this up towards the center diamond. Oh, he banked it towards the 8 and using a 7. You sneaky little rascal, you. Not here. It won't work. Gary realized that there's 2 tight tables. There's one here and one in the back of the pool room, and Gary knows that wouldn't work. Scotty, wow. That's the boingy cushion. That's the one that boings. Nothing wrong with attempting the bank here and hitting it with the right speed so that if you do miss it, the 8 ball comes back out towards, and sits in the middle of the table. Got to have that speed down packed, though. You don't have to constantly keep in your head that you might miss the bank. Try to go for the bank, but play it with the speed because you're going to have a shot on a 9 the way the cue ball's coming off. That if the 8 does miss, it sits on the rail, the short rail, and he hit it good. Maybe a little too hard. No, he hit it. Yeah, he hit it too hard. Look at our cue ball. It's Simona's, baby. Brutal. Brutal, Scotty. Brutal. I'm going to have to take all my posts down about Scotty being the road player. No, I'm joking. All right, 2-1. The Irishman. The crazy Irishman. I don't know how well you guys know the Irishman. He was on they had a television show that ran, I don't know how long, a month, 2 months maybe, I forget. It was called The Hustlers. It was like a reality pool show, and Gary O'Callahan was one of the participants, along with Greg McAndrews and other folks. And they called him the Crazy Irishman, and it stuck. It stuck. Nice. Spoke to Tony Robles today. Told him East Coast Pool is back and buzzing again. Yeah, I hope it stays back. There's other countries closing down right now, locking down again. I don't understand this. I'm going to walk around with my scuba gear, my mask, and my air tank on my back, my regulator in my mouth, and I'm just going to walk around, have a good time. I'm going to experience things. I had enough. I actually done it as a joke. Kind of straight, but no problem. Just don't get jacked up over the 5. Draw it back. Don't let the 5 interfere. Oh, he's going forward. Try to spin around the 7. Oh, he had enough angle to spin around the 7. Okay. That'll work, but we need a pocket. If it goes past the 7, we're good, and it doesn't look like it does. The 5 seems like it's in the way. I guess it does go by the 7, unless he's playing the combination. Oh, a little safety. He didn't hit it quite hard enough. One more revolution of the fall ball and it would be hidden. But I believe Gary O'Callahan can cut this in the blind pocket with no problem. Marcus No, my man from the Canada side. Yeah, pool is jumping all over the country right now. There's a lot of people waiting to get in the pool rooms. Ooh, a swing and a miss by Babe Ruth. All right, Scotty, you got to come with it here. You can't let Gary start to run racks here, or at least capture racks. 5 balls on the table, and this might be the hardest position he has to play because the 9 ball's there. It's like a tiny window between the cushion and the 9 ball. You know? So he's got to play it and try to stick it to the short rail. You'll have an angle to get for the 7. Oh, never mind that. Look how fast this table is. It's amazing. I'll tell you what, Troy, it's not a bad gig, but what you better do is wear heavy gloves. I scrubbed the bottom of a boat. We were way out in the middle of the ocean down there between Fort Lauderdale, between Pompano Beach and between Fort Lauderdale and the Keys, in the middle of nowhere. And the boat, you know, Steve's boat was, the RPMs were running equal, and they were in sync, but not getting his speed. And at his dock, the sunny side of the boat started to grow barnacles, you know, on his props and stuff. So, of course, I dove in. He had scuba gear on board, so I dove in and took a look why we're running slow. Maybe we picked up a pod or wrapped around or the prop or the shaft or something. So I dove in, and it was barnacles. I mean, they just grew on the prop. And I scraped them off, but he didn't have gloves, heavy gloves on board, so you had to be real careful because those barnacles open you up like a scalpel. So you got to have the proper gear if you're going to, do that. It's great money down there, great. And you can charge by the foot, just like they do at the marina. Here we go, Gary O'Callahan. Man, I'll tell you what, Scotty better start showing up. We're already going into rack number 5, 3-1. Gary O'Callahan. Yeah, like razors. Yeah, you got that right. And the other thing you got to look out for if you're going to do that is any kind of wakes. If you're working on the bottom of a boat, you hold on to the shaft or hold on to the bottom of the boat with your hand, because as the boat bobs up and down with any kind of waves, it can, put you in a coma. You know what I mean? It can hit you on the head, give you a concussion with that kind of weight. So, a lot of things. Safety first. Nice shot. Nice shot. Played that safe all the way. Nice hit. And the 8 goes. I'm not sure if he can play the 1 ball right into the side. It looks like he's got that shot. Looks like he can cut it right into the side pocket. But, and just float the cue ball maybe? Let it float across. Oh, he didn't want to take the side pocket shot. Look at Scott. He's actually laughing because he's enjoying this. How did Gary play him safe there? He was actually smiling. Now he's going to lock up the 5-3 or attempt to do it. Didn't get there. Really? This 9 ball goes? Wow. It does go. Gary O'Callahan tearing the carpet up. Mr. Fred Astaire. 4-1. What an extraordinary stream, so clear and vibrant. It feels like I'm on the second floor looking down. Wow, Marvin Jenkins. Yeah, they're doing a heck of a job here. They're really putting in a lot of work. Steve Goulding, Steve Goulding and Regina, you know, they do things first class. And they have Mike DeMarco and Ray McNamara doing some work back here, hooking things up. And it's looking really nice. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. The only thing they really need here is they got to cut into the vents and get some AC pumped in here. And they'll be perfect. But in, I guess in the wintertime, you'd appreciate it just a little. You know, they got to get HVAC. That's what they got to get. Good little safety right there. Little too hard, left with another safety, or if he elects to play the combination, not the easiest one. I think he should play another safe here. Put the 1 ball right behind the 4 and just bring the cue ball right down table here underneath the 8, or try to get behind a 9. But you got to hit the 1 has to hit the 4 behind it. Oh, he just feathered it and got to the rail, and that'll work. Easier than done right there. Easy peasy. That's the way to do it. Did he get himself? I didn't like that face he made. Body language is telling me something here. No, he's okay. Back to the middle of the table. That's all you got to go. To get a shot on the six and then work from there. I mean, you don't want to try to go three rails and play the short side of the six because it doesn't go past the eight anyway. Just bring that cue ball just about to the center of the table. There you go. And now work with it. A little further out would have been a little more feasible to work with, but this will work. He'll bump the eight ball here. If he puts a little English on it, he might just bump the eight ball, but he's got to get fortunate. Oh, he played the bank. He played the two-way shot is what he did, this guy. He's too smart. You're too smart, Gary. You know, I think at least 4 or 5 times out of the 6 times that Scotty's been up at the table, I think probably 3 or 4 have been looking at the back of another ball. You know, safety. Paul Lyons, what are you doing, man? How come you're not here? I would have loved to see you up here, man. A lot of guys made the trip. And girls. A lot of girls here, too, from the city. And that's the way to keep a player down. You know, when a player's down, and you could get him safe and safe and safe, and that's all you can look at is kicking balls. I mean, that throws him out of rhythm to begin with, unless he's a seasoned player, and he's just stalking you out. He's just waiting for you to make that one error. But, you know, some players... they go on tilt because they can't get started, because every time they get up at the table looking at the back of a different ball. Nevertheless, Gary does not feel bad for anybody. And it's now 5-1 Gary O'Callahan. I think we're going to fire Scotty. No, we'll keep Scotty. Yeah, it's not Scotty's best start. Absolutely right. Any idea how many left on the winner's side? Henry, he's still here? I take it that you're not here. You're either in a hotel or something or on your way back. I'm not sure, Henry, how many are left. You know where I'm sitting, right? Yeah, but... Oh, you were napping at the hotel? Not really sure, Henry. All I can tell you is I'm in the back and they're just throwing matches left and right, which is normal. Paul, yeah, but you know what? You should be here. You really should be here. I know if it's feasible. I mean, you know, with spending the fees to get here, and of course hotel, and you know your spending budget. But it would have been nice to see you too. And Snooky's napping. Oh no, there's no napping in pool. Snooky didn't nap. Nice stroke there, Gary. That's all you got to do. I mean, it doesn't pay to force the cue ball to do something that's almost impossible to do, or if you're not comfortable with. So, you know what? Let me just knock it in, take this long shot, take this 6-footer. Can he make it, though? He's going to spear it. Boom. Gary O, 6-1. I feel bad for Scotty. Again, and same thing with Brian Chase. You know, the matches were what I call awkward, you know, one way. Gary just let his cue ball go on that break. Looked like he tried to play a cut break and just wound up losing it. And again, Scotty's looking at the back of the 7. I'd push him to the other side of the table. I'd push him to the right side so he doesn't have a chance to make the 1. Push him to the right side as long as there's no combination that's on. And tell him to swing. You know, this is a pretty decent shot right here that Scotty left him, because the cue ball's going to deflect off the 3 and draw back for the 2. I mean, he just has to draw back a little bit. Well, you got to make the 1 first. So that did work out. Yeah, you notice that, Ron? It's safe, safe, safe. And that's a good way to play. You know, it's a good way to play. I mean, keep your opponent in the seat. Don't give him any airtime. Don't let him at the table at all if you can help it. You know, keep him on tilt. Keep that arm cold. Not far enough, but he's going to back cut it towards the corner here, I think. Safety. You see, non-aggressive. I like Gary's demeanor right now. You know, I'm looking at a match. You know, he's looking at a match. I'm up 6-1. Do I take this blind cut into a pocket and attempt faith, or do I just play safety? Even though he has his opponent buried, he's not going to take chances. And that's the way to play pool. Keep your opponent locked out of the box. Here's another shot that he could attempt to make, but instead of doing it, his demeanor is staying nice, cool, calm, and collected. Play a little safety. Go ahead. It's your shot. This time, Scotty can see it with a possible bank, but look where the cue ball is. It's on the rail. Makes it even more difficult, and there's only so much you can do with the cue ball as far as English. I mean, whether you're hitting it low, left, right. Is Scotty going to attempt this? He should with speed. He didn't. He could have attempted that shot with the pro speed and left that 7-ball in the middle rail like he did up table a while back. That kind of, you know, that shot would have gave him at least a chance maybe making a 7-ball, but if he would have missed it, he would have wound up leaving Gary at least a little safe. But Gary's on full swing right now. You know, he's got that, he's got a little tester on the rail here. Seen a lot of pros miss these. But, you know, Gary's been here and shooting on the tight box in the back, and it's his first time here, I believe, at Snookers. I believe it's his first time also. So he said he really likes this place, you know. Doesn't take much to make Gary happy. 7-1. Gary O'Callahan. I'm sure it sure would be nice if someone should happen to post an updated chart after tonight's matches. Just saying. I was thinking about that tip. You know, I was thinking that it'd only take me a couple of seconds to do it. 9 on the winner's side, 7 on the loss side, correct? Yeah, I was thinking about doing it. But I'll tell you what, Mike Zuglin, I can hear him. You guys can't hear him. I can hear him very faintly in the background. He's just calling matches after matches. He's got to get this tournament over. He's got to get this tournament deep. You know, down to whatever he could, 24 or 32, even 32 would, you know, the amount of tables they have here in Snookers, you'll be able to finish this feasible time. But I think he likes to bring it down to 24. This is a real test of the 6 ball is down here. I mean, this is like a slow roll here. You're not going to let your stroke out on the shot. You're just going to try to roll this. This is a tester. He doesn't like it. And he doesn't have to like it, but even though the 5 ball is that close to the pocket, to try to roll it. Let's see. Yeah, Gary doesn't like it. I don't know. Let's take a look at the overhead. I'm not sure if he has the whole ball or not. It appears that he does, but yeah, he's got the shot. He just doesn't want to roll it. He wants to kill the cue ball so bad, but he has no choice but to roll it, I think. He's undecided. If he can see it. I think he can see it. It doesn't look like he's trying to spin the cue ball. Yeah, he killed the rock. And that's why he was taking so much time. He had to be careful. Very hard to roll a ball from that distance. So he shot it. And now he has to pay for his mistakes. Now this is one of those games where Scott really has to come with it, at least punish him, and get on the board with another bead and breaking. Let's start making this look respectable, Scotty. Beam me up. Again, now look what Scott's coming to the table looking at back of the 7. No, Scott's not giving up. I don't know how long you know Scott. You know, Scott was on the road with Greg McAndrews, Ginky, Frankie, and back in the day. He's got no give up in him. He's going to fight to the end. Wow. Out of stroke. My road player. His body language is saying, man, I can't believe I missed it. All right, Irishman. Let's go. Scotty's begging for you to put him out of his misery right now. Yeah, the body language can tell you a lot, yeah. But Scott's body language, he does that quite often and wins too. Gary's going to do everything in his that he can think of to put Scotty out of his misery real quick. On the hill, 8-1. I hate to say it, but if every match went like this, this tournament would move real quick. But I love the close matches too, the nip and tuck and 1-1, 2-2s, and let's go, all the way up to 6-6, 7-7. Whether it be on the B side, because it is a race to 7, or on the winner's side. I'd like to see them close. I like to see the sweating going on. To the break, watch the 8 ball short. But the 3 found the pocket, and the 1 and the cue ball way up table here. I wonder if we're going to see Frankie Hernandez on the table next, because I didn't hear his name called. But, you know, like I said, the audio from Mike Zuglin in this room here is very faint. So after this match, it should end. Not that I want it to end quickly, but when it ends, I'll run up there and see if we do have a Frankie match. Still waiting, because Frank, I didn't hear his name called yet. Wow, wow. Well, Scotty, unfortunately, sir, you got a little bit of air, but they turned the oxygen down. Looks like Gary's going to take this out from underneath you. I'm not sending you packing, though. Just going to send you over to the B side, and you got to win 12 matches to take the tournament down. Or whatever, I'm not really sure, but Scotty says that's good enough. 9-1, the Crazy Irishman. Did I put the score up? I didn't. Let's put it up. Make it official. 9-1. The Crazy Irishman. Gary O'Callahan ripping off the 16-ounce gloves on those mitts of his. Moves on the A side. I'm going to run out there and see if we got a Frankie Hernandez match. Because I haven't heard his name called yet. Let me scream out there. I'll be right back.